couple of the players said that you addressed them and told them that it was a mistake not to call the timeout. Why did you feel like that was important to tell the guys, and how did you kind of address that?
Just so we're on the same page and that we communicated. We talk about late game execution.
With the playoffs so far, how do you deal with just kind of the ups and downs, the roller coaster, the weight of everything in the postseason?
It's not much different than the regular season. It's just their emotions. You embrace them and just work through them.
Hey, Coach. Let me second. Okay. Hi, Coach. How you doing? I know you've been asked this 1,000 times in one form or another, but if I may, do you talk to Jason about maybe being more aggressive in the final seconds? I know you trust the guys to make the right basketball play.
We just talk about late game execution, how to be better in it. You know, that's the most important thing, execution.
Would you want him to be more aggressive?
I just want to execute. I want us to be able to execute, get to our spacing, understand reads, and execute. That's the most important thing.
Joe in the back, kind of lost in the end of last game was the start, going down 16. Just what are you focusing on to get off to a better start here tonight?
Yeah, I thought we did a good job, like over the course of the game, managing their emotions and physicality, and so it's just about, you know, we have to execute, we have to play hard, we have to do all those things that you do, whether it's a regular season game, whether it's game 1, game 5. The main things are the main things, and so we got to be the more physical team. We have to win the margins. We have to defend without fouling, and then we got to execute on offense.
Joe, I understand each year is different, unique in and of itself, but you guys were in the same spot this year that you were in last year against the Bucks, Game 5, tied at 2 at home. Any talk about taking advantage of this one so you don't have to go down the harder path of having to win Game 6 and 7?
No, we haven't talked about that. We just kind of talked about what we can learn from last game and how we can better execute this game.
Joe, what's the matchup been like with Doc Rivers, and what's kind of the dynamic for you in going up against an opposing coach? Is there a lot of anticipation of what the other individual is going to do, reaction? So Doc going against him, and just how do you play the X and O's game against an opposing coach?
I think you focus on your team, your strengths, understanding there's going to be adjustments, whether it's with the sub pattern, whether it's with tendencies out of ATOs. How can we make sure we have the right matchup every single possession? And so I think you just kind of focus on your team strengths, what you're great at, what you can do well, what you can do better, and then looking at the film and anticipating some trends that might come out of, what are their, like I said, their ATO tendencies or targets, their lineups change in the first half, second half, just little stuff like that.
And just Doc as a coach, what stands out about his strengths?
He's a great coach. Puts his players in position to be successful, has great relationships with them, constantly communicating with them. He's a great coach.
Derek obviously made all defensive team today. I was just curious what you thought of the honor and just in general how he's maybe grown at that end of the floor over the course of this year.
Yeah, like I said, it's great to see the guys get individual accolades. I think that's important because they have goals and they work hard at them, and especially the last 2 years having 2 guys get defensive awards I think is really important. And so, when it's always an adjustment playing our system, and I think he's done a great job navigating that, learning how to be effective in the different areas of our defensive system. And so I'm happy for him. It's great to see, our guys just take ownership and stuff like that.
Great. Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.